Hello, everybody. Chris Wood here. Thank you for tuning in. Not really too sure what I'm gonna do, but I do want to know this for sure. Lennox and Addington, Ontario, Provincial Police, Napanee. You are guilty of murder, premeditated, in the first degree, with intent to commit for revenge, retaliation. OPP Spencer Mills, 14716. Staff Sergeants, ex-Chief Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, the one that says he can fuck, the one that says he can kill, get away with it, Money Badge Family Town Council, and is 100% right. Robert Kane, if I haven't said him, Shelley Hafner, or Huffner, and Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee here, Daily Tea Company in Napanee, now Kingston. Dr. Tatiana V, Stacy's girlfriend, aka Margie V, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, the one that signed my death certificate pretty much to get me blacklisted, to keep me from help, and to keep me discriminated against in treatment refusals for her girlfriend to assure crimes against me. Dr. Tatiana V once again, Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, triage nurses Terry, David, and Tanya, and Paladin security guard. He is roughly 25 and approximately 4 to 500 pounds. There is Hells Angels, alleged Hells Angels boss, Ontario chapter leader, lives at 149 Center Street North here in Napanee, goes by the name William Bill Wooldridge. He is a sex offender. He is a delusional psychotic. He is a serial killer. He is a pedophile. And he is the boss that gives orders to OPP, the ones named. He is untouchable and he is unarrestable to the point where they will surround you with hands on guns, or they will laugh in your face over, or kidnap you, or have you falsely charged to deflect crimes from them, or to deflect crimes on their victims from them. I've been injured, tortured, deformed, skull split, seriously brain injured, bodily mutilated, and not being able to get help. My one right lung is gone. My kidney is gone on my right side. I have no brain stimulation anymore in my head from being injured and being broadcasted through from remote neuromonitoring from all these different pieces of shit junkie garbage who are well paid and drug fed through OPP for their crimes that they are committing with and for them. Once again, Tyler Lake, Jabin Allstein, Blair Hardy. That is Blair Hardy. He used to drive around here in a white Mercedes. I know I have a better picture of this son of a bitch. The one with the glasses on is him, and I know it might be kinda hard to see. He hangs out on Water Street here in Napanee and also at a house on Center Street and Thomas side door entrance with an obese woman who's involved. She has blonde or brown hair, blonde or red hair. Also, a guy Curtis lives there too. He's thrown blood and also tried to set fire to my previous address. Revenge retaliation crime on me. I have prisoner tracking on me with no criminal history or record. This is how they track, this is how they frame, and this is how they are murdering their victims. They're human sex trade slavery traffickers, children to pedophiles, adults to sex offenders. Financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, stalking, elderly murders, committing elderly murders, and all very successfully doing it. Guy in the red, that's Tyler Lake. The one beside the OPP, that's another picture of Billy Wooldridge. Jabin Allstein and glasses is Hardy, and I realize it's hard to see. And all of them need to be fucking arrested. They are guilty of murders and attempted murder. I'm the end of my bloodline, and I'm going through this identity theft for revenge so I can be taken as a piece of shit sex offender for OPP revenge. He was told that we were switched at birth. I am 50, he's 70, 71, 72 years old, and he believes it. But he also thinks that he is Harry Potter as well. This is the kind of police that you think you know here in Napanee. They're human sex trade slavery traffickers. They're murdering for insurance and collecting on it. Identity thefts, financial thefts and frauds. Lobotomizing and injuring and mutilating their victims. Causing memory losses so they get out of criminal civil lawsuits so they get away with their crimes that they are guilty of committing. Having a justice of the peace co-commit with them. And making accusations against victims. So that was done to obstruct. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask. If anybody's watching, anybody sees this, what has taken place with me through the remote neural monitoring, it's a nano microchip implant. What it does, it destroys a person's central nervous system. I also got the prisoner tracking on me for framing and tracking illegally, no criminal record or history except for when I was falsely arrested and charged by OPP and the doctors to deflect the crimes against me from them. I spoke of crimes. I spoke of crimes that were taking place out of the Morning Star mission here in Napanee, the human homeless trafficking and homeless exploitation for monetary gains. I spoke up about it, and as a result, I became a victim. Been stalked, kidnapped, sex assaulted, medically blacklisted, and everything else to prevent me from getting help. My legal rights have been taken, my medical rights and my human rights have been taken. They see everything I see, they hear everything I hear from all of these different pieces of shit using the remote neural monitoring on me and broadcasting through me. That there is Javen Allstein, and he is probably hanging out with a guy named Ray Ray who has a deaf white pit bull here in Napanee. They are the drug traffickers, they are the human traffickers, and they are the co-offenders and the untouchables with and for Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police. They're using their badges, credentials, lies, false guise of law, and Quinte Detention Center to human traffic and their other crimes to be above suspicion. And they have the co-committing doctors that I have named. They are all very seriously dangerous and they need to be arrested and criminally felony charged. I'm in the process of going to do this. I know it won't do any good, but I'm gonna fill it out and do it anyway because I know the cops cannot be charged, and all their crimes, their sex offenses, kidnapping, murders, and attempted murders, and everything else that they've done are all 100% legal because it's through their boss and it's through them. I have proven it for 3 years, as crazy as that may fucking sound. I have proven it. They are nothing but terrorists. They became cops to commit the crimes that they are committing, knowing that they'll be able to get away with it just using their badges and credentials, and that's all it takes. And that is a fact. And they know that when they commit the crimes and they get shit for them, they actually get paid vacations. So basically, we pay these fucking pieces of shit to murder us. That's how society works with them. We pay them to murder us in the name of protection and law. Sorry, I just keep having a bunch of stuff popping up on my screen. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a good day or had a good day and having a good night. I also have a YouTube channel as well. It's Chris Wood / Napanee Police and Doctors That Human Traffic. And that's my YouTube channel as well. I have shown the crimes against me. I have shown the deforming, the skull deforming, and everything else, and the identity changes that have happened to me. I've more than proven it on Facebook here. And been called a liar, been called a retard by doctors, and having doctors trying to lock me in rooms or just not seeing me because of lies against me where they got lies stating I'm on drugs when I don't do them. And it needs to be proven by the ones who cast that lies against me stating I'm a suicidal self-harmer and not true in any way, shape, or form. I've been trying to get help and save my life from these bastards and what's taking place with me. This is Chris right now, but it's not really me. And that is no excuse, and I am not making one. So I'm being broadcasted through right now by a piece of shit by Tyler Lake and Jabin Allstein. Blair Hardy has also been heavily doing it because he hangs out right next door at a disabled woman who lives above the wine store here in Napanee or the bakery on the corner of Dundas and John Street. Tyler Lake. He hangs out on Water Street at a woman's house named Brandy or Kim's, and other places down there between there and his mother's, which is on John Street at the old funeral home. And he uses it on me quite a bit. He's using it on me right now. I was going out earlier with my dog, as a matter of fact, and he was walking down the street not too far from me. So they all know what I'm doing. They watch me piss, they watch me shit, they watch me sleep. They use remote neural monitoring on me to sleep with me, some of these pieces of shit garbage. They're nothing but perverts and sex offenders. They look at me shit, they know how I wipe my own ass. This is the kind of filth this here happening and how it's being done through the remote neural monitoring. And I bet I am not the only one that it's happening to, only probably it's not being realized by a lot of people. So my skull's been flattened, it's been rounded out, it's been elongated, shortened, widened. I have a spot on the back of my head that's been there ever since, and that's where I get all the electricity from. Just look at my face in this video, and then look at my pictures and everything else on my Facebook profile. Even if my profile picture is completely different to me now. OPP themselves can prove different changes in me. This line right here in my head is where my skull's been split, and I wasn't able to get help for it at the time when it happened because I was falsely charged and kept from the hospital. For revenge, retaliation, families are murdered and missing. This is how some of it's happening as well. It's being done through the police, it's being done through the doctors. Human trafficking victims, people seem to think that human trafficking is only a little girl and female crime, and they only have one perceived way of it happening. And there is many different ways of it happening, and it is not just a female or a girl crime. It is a male crime as well. It happens to men, and it's a genderless and ageless crime to people when it comes to human trafficking and sex slavery and a lot of other stuff. I get numbed down to be dumbed down on a daily basis and hope that I'm not talking about or thinking about this so they get away with it. So, and tomorrow I am going to get um, private prosecution. Not that it's going to do any good, but I'm going to file for more private prosecutions against these people, against Waldridge, against OPP, even against the JP, and against the doctors. I know it won't do any good because they're all untouchable and they have to prove nothing because of who they are and work with and for. Hell's Angels doctors, Hell's Angels and Bandito doctors working for Blair Hardy and Billy Waldridge, sex offenders, drug traffickers. There was a little girl that was murdered in Toronto a while back. She was a black girl and found in a dumpster in Rosedale. Those are the kind of crimes that William Waldridge commits. And when she was found, at the time when she was found, I'm not saying there's a connection, but he was in Toronto at that time, and all he'd have to do is jump in a car and get his ass back to Napanee, which is only a couple hours away. So it wouldn't take much to commit that kind of crime and then get the fuck out of Dodge, so to speak. I know it may sound like this is hate towards cops, but it's not. This is about cops and doctors and how their crimes that they've committed. They're guilty of human rights violations. They're guilty of domestic terrorism because of the tech that they are using, because this is police and military tech, the remote neural monitoring, how they are swiping fucking people's memories from it, causing memory losses for their gain and benefits, arrest refusals, time buying. They did the same for Russell Williams when he was murdering too, because they are friends with him. They weren't watching for him, they were watching out for him. Or they weren't watching him, they were watching out for him while he was committing his crimes to ensure that he got away with them. And he only got arrested because they were pretty much made to. Stacy and Shelley Hafner are the next Carla Homolka. They're the ones that kidnap their victims for their boys to murder. So, Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Derry Avenue, Napanee, Ontario. Spencer Mills, you're guilty of murders and attempted murders 14716, Staff Sergeant, sex assaults, kidnappings, Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Robert Kane, ex-chief. Back in August of 2019, he shot me with something, him and someone in a black truck, went into my right ear, and that's when the problem started, and that's when all the lies, time buying, and cover up started as well. The stalking by William Wooldridge. They're guilty of stalking my mother, using remote neural monitoring on her, and from the EMFs and radiation, it caused cancer and tumors, causing her death, which resulted in it was murder with intent to do this to me, and I will not be proven wrong on anything I have said. Just like this is revenge retaliation against me, and conveniently, none of these people are arrestable. They will surround hands on guns. I have video to show it and prove it, or laugh in your face. Once again, I'm drier than a son of a bitch because I'm getting, from me, when every time I get broadcasted through, I get seriously dehydrated from all this shit, from the EMFs and the radiation in me. This is Tyler Lake right now broadcasting through me, him and Javen Alstein, the fucking goof who's been hiding out at Ray Ray's between there and a Wood guy's that's no relation. We have the same name, but that's it. So let it be known, anybody that knows these people, anybody that knows anybody that does drugs in this town that's overdosed and died from them, those drugs come from OPP, Spencer Mills, and Robert Kane, and they were sold through Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, William Wooldridge, who is a serious heroin addict. He don't know his ass from the hole in the ground, and he's also in a permanent meth psychosis with delusions of grandeur at that, believing that we were switched at birth when I'm 50 and he's 71, 72 years old. And this is about trying to mentally screw me up in hopes that I am taking off my consciousness, so I'm not thinking about this, in hopes that maybe I go crazy, in hopes that I possibly commit a crime so these bastards will justifiably have a reason for their actions against me. I'm not taking a fall for any of these fucks, and this is a 100% crime against me. Like I said, this is not about hate towards police. This is about police who have committed serious felony crimes and they need to pay and answer for them, along with doctors and their inmates. I'm having a hard time thinking. I'm not bragging, but I did have about 150 IQ, so it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I was doing good mentally, physically, spiritually, and then all of a sudden I spoke of police crimes, I got shot in the ear, and all of my problems started since then. I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 10 years almost, and yet they have this file against me stating all of this shit. I'd like to know where that come from, because it's not my file. I'm drinking some eggnog. No rum in it either. I don't drink. Once in a while if I'm asked, but I don't, if to have a beer now and again, but I don't buy it, that's for sure. Anyway, if there is no more videos or posts or anything about this, I hope people will check out my page and see this video and take it serious, because it is 100% serious. This is a matter of life and death. This identity theft was happened slowly at first when I started talking about it, but over the last few months it's happening more and more and a lot quicker. This whole right side of my face is Tyler Lake. And like I said, it's all being done through remote neuromonitoring. He's 31, 32 years old, whatever the case, and I'm 50 and I'm having my identity changed to look like this fucking goof because he's an OPP piece of shit who's untouchable. The reason I keep showing my tattoo is because my identity changes and everything that I've been proving to prove my identity as being me and not one of these other fucks. This is pretty sad that this tech exists and people have to actually are going through this shit from a bunch of psychotic pieces of garbage who are doing this and getting away with it while laughing about it, thinking that it's a game. OPP turned murder into a game for all of these psychopaths through this because all they need is a cell phone, Wi-Fi, and computer. They're also doing this stuff to my dog as well. So they're injuring and murdering animals as well in the process of doing this around Napanee and everywhere else. I'm losing weight because I can't gain none because all my food goes to my right side of my body, which it shouldn't be, but it does. My kidneys are screwed on my right side, my lung. I get piss and shit going through my body from all of these bastards when they're broadcasting through me from them. It's their fluids going through my body when they're using remote neuromonitoring on me. My DNA is being screwed. My body is being mutilated and decayed from the inside, and there's fuck all I can do about it. The doctors here in the hospital will not do nothing, and they assured that I get medically blacklisted to not be taken serious about what's happening to me everywhere else. Once again, the OPP you think you know. I can't gain weight because they're all using this on me and they're all sucking everything out of me, my life energy, my food, and everything else. And this is no joke. Not a joke in any way, shape, or form. I don't live alone, so I think if I was a self harmer and doing all of this sort of shit to myself, other people would know about it and obviously see the signs of this crap that I'm being accused of that I do not do. I love myself, sorry, you sons of bitches, you liars. But I understand you gotta say what you gotta say and do what you gotta do to get away with what you're getting away with because of the positions that you're in and hold. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I just wanted to do this update and say a quick hello. I hope this has been seen and it is being shared and taken serious. Christ would love all, hate none. God is Spirit Father. I am living body, waters, tree, fire, wood, sun. And going through identity theft. So congratulations and thank you very much to fucking OPP police, to the doctors, to Tyler Lake, to Javen Alstein, to Blair Hardy, and to William Bill Waldridge, Hells Angels and Banditos, sex offenders, pedophiles, identity thieves, financial thefts and frauds. This is about stealing my money in an attempt to steal money from me as well, and I won't be proven wrong, right, Jay? Right, Tyler? You fucking goofs. That's exactly what you are. I don't want to be swearing, but you're nothing but little bitch boys. And you're cowards along with OPP doing what you're doing to me. I've never done anything wrong to you, you fucking lowlife. Any one of yous, I've never done anything wrong to you. But because you're getting money, freedom, drugs, you're doing it for the police for their revenge. You're their scapegoats. You do realize that, right, you fucking idiots? For their revenge against me for speaking of their crimes. But you're getting lots of drugs and money from them, so I understand that when you're junky pieces of shit. And along with a guy named Mike as well, who's homeless that lives here in a tent or a trailer. Look at this fucking shit. I'm getting broadcasted through and my teeth are being rotted out of my head. I'm being turned into a buck-toothed rabbit. Looking like you fucking scum. I'm being seriously deformed. And you're all getting away with it because it's here in Napanee. So I hope you're happy, OPP, and to the doctors. Every single one of you need to be in prison. You think you're above the law because you work with them for OPP and you've been getting away with a lot of crimes here in Napanee as well for a long time. So therefore you think you can do as you want and get away with it too. You think people should kiss doctors' asses? You're no better than anybody else getting money just because you're money in positions. Lennox and Addington Hospital exist only to cover crimes with and for OPP, and I have proven it. The doctors there work for criminal inmates in Hells Angels and corrupt terrorist police, and I have proven that. One way or another, all of you bastards will end up in jail and arrested from somebody. One way or another, you will get what's coming to you, and that's not a threat. I do mean legally. So, be safe, everybody. Love all, hate none. Watch yourselves, watch your children, and definitely your parents as well. Like I said, this is how they frame, this is how they traffic, and this is how they murder here. And this is being done to me through remote neuro monitoring. They're getting away with this all fucking broadcasted through me through cell phones and computers and doing this to me. The spot on the back of my head, it swells up constantly. That's where I have lots of pictures to show that as well. A spot on the back of my head will not heal for 3 years since all this started happening to me. And that's where it all starts to swell up from, and I get burning like a laser being hitting it, and then it swells up, and then I get all these people broadcasting through me. Like I said, all stimulation and feeling, and the right side of my head is completely and totally gone. I've probably lost maybe 3 inches off of my skull. It feels like it's there, but it's not there. Probably like a patient, probably like a person that's has lost a limb, and they think that it's still feels like it's there. That's how it feels like with sometimes with me, and that's no fucking joke. To not have any stimulation, especially musically or in any other way, having blood vessels and everything burned out of my head from being electroshocked, and having uh, veins burnt veins spider across my head and having pictures to show it, and not being believed, being called a liar still about a lot of things. So this is how crimes are done and assured in Napanee, Lennox, and Addington, Ontario, Canada, through the police, through their doctors, through their inmates. They are threats and dangers to society and everybody else around them because their positions, their badges, and their credentials, and their ability to lie if you were poor, elderly, disabled, homeless, you're fucked. If they go against you, you will not have a chance to save your life in any way, shape, or form. No matter how much you can prove things. And I have proven that. Be safe, everybody. Especially if you live here in Napanee. And once again, this is how the police are framing their victims. They're false arresting. So if if anybody's been charged by these people, fight it, because it will be fake. It will just be get a charge to get you through Quinny detention, to criminalize you, to traffic you. And that's a fact. Right, Spencer Mills, Staff Sergeants, Shannon Corp. They've been bringing in a lot of new cops too and switching them around as well. And just because they have video cameras now, body cameras, that doesn't mean nothing. They can shut them off. They're delivering their drugs when they're off duty, shift changes, usually between the 2 a.m. mark, to the different people. That way, not many people are up and around watching what they're doing. Christ would love all, hate none. My life of bullshit for 3 years for trying to save others' lives, speaking up to save others' lives. I don't regret doing it to save lives, but as a result, I became a victim. So I want this to be taken serious. My mother was also murdered too, as well, and they are getting away with that as well. That picture in the background of me is actually my mom and dad's wedding picture, with my cousin and her husband got married the same day. So I'm gonna get out of here now, and I just want everybody to be safe. If no more pictures or videos on my timeline, then somebody please take it serious that knows me, because that means this is finished. And it means that I'm screwed. And they get away with not only murdering my mother, murdering me mentally. There's more than one way you can murder mentally somebody as well and take them over. Right now, I'm seeing nothing of me when I'm looking at this. It's fucking Mike. That dude, that homeless dude, Mike. lives in the tent or trailer, is what I'm seeing broadcasting through me right now.